Hello everybody, welcome back to the shop. Look at that, I got her done, baby. Got me a nice flange on there. See how I did that? Just stood that glass up on you and then let it dry. No, took some cardboard, see that? Made me a brace across the middle. This mold will never work. Tied them ends real good. Everything's got a flange on it, and tied them in. I kind of just stood some cardboard up. I started off with my 6-ounce cloth in the corner, and you put 2 or 3 layers on it. You know, all this resin was already warm, so and then I just kind of let that sit for a little bit. I'll put another coat on it, let that sit, you know, just mixing up small batches. And before you know it, I had 2 of them layers of that heavy stuff on there. Just cut me some strips. And then I went down with some more 10-ounce this way here in the corner. And this I just put a bunch of 10-ounce on. And what do you think? That's the mold right there, baby. Oh yeah, that's a good one. And I'm fixing to trim it where it's going to sit flat on the other table. Now I'm going to do all this before I unbolt it, unglue it, deglue it. That's a new term. I deglued it, just like that defriended on Facebook. Okay, I got my cutter here. I got this at Harbor Freight. That's electric body saw, man. I got an air one. I really liked my air one. It kind of sucked. The compressor always ran all the time and stuff, you know. And I seen this electric one. Man, I love it. And that's what I use to trim these edges. It's still a little bit green. See, if my calculations are correct, if I cut that all flush, that should sit flat on my table. I have to do a little trimming on this. but that's going to work out nicely, I believe. This was the last piece I put in. It's just a little bit on the green side yet. That's alright. I'll put my holes right up next to this flange. That dude will bolt down tight and won't warp. See what does it? That vacuum puts more of a stress on that than you will ever know. See, remember my board? It pushed them molds plumb through that wood. You know, and getting them warm was they was moving. Now these wings, they did on my other wings I laid up, but it wasn't bad enough to where I couldn't use them and get a pair of wings out. I could still use them other molds. But I wanted a good set of molds, and I didn't want to lay them pieces of the flaps. And when I put my wood in here, it'll be better because they ain't sitting there warping and flopping. They'll be sitting flat. And this is a nice set of molds right here. But someone was asking me, they was going to mold up a big GB, and they wanted to know if they should put wood around it. You know, I don't think just a flat piece of wood's the answer. You got to have a channel. You got to have an L. Flanges are the way to go with that heavy cloth. A couple layers of that, and man, that dude ain't just, you know, ignore that cardboard. That we're not. As soon as that stuff sets up and gets hard, that's an awesome little flange right there. You know, and it's easy. You can just take cardboard and whittle it out and glass it. You know, you could even do it after this is set up, but you just have to sand it. You know, get in there with the grinder. But it was kind of tougher doing it with it all wet. I was going to weight it. You know, put some boards up here and let it dry. But then, you know, you don't get as good as bond as when everything is wet. But I was able to do it, and I'm going to do it a bunch more in my, you know, the next videos. I still got 3 more sides to do. One more side on this wing and that whole other wing. But I'll show you more videos then. Couldn't show you all on the first day or you wouldn't tune back in to watch, see? It's using the old Bobo noggin. But I'm going to get this trimmed up before it sets up too hard. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this whole thing loose from the table first. Because remember, I got to be careful back there. I do not want to remove that yet. The only parting plane I'm going to take off is this one right here on the bottom side of that. I got to leave that one on the back for now. So then I'm going to flip it over, take that parting plane off, clean it up, bam, do the other side tomorrow. I'm going to be jamming. That's a bad old set of molds right there. That's what I would do. You know, on smaller molds, you know, you might not need so much of a flange. You know, 1-inch flange will do wonders. You know, you put a couple layers of 40-ounce cloth on a 1-inch flange and you got a nice channel. But, and plus you can get in here and bend your corners. You know, you can bend them and, you know, a lot easier than wood. And as long as you got that L channel, man, that dude will not warp. That dude is good to go, man. We can throw that in the oven with a vacuum bag on it and it'll be fine. And that's what I want. Gotta have good molds. We're learning a little bit at a time. Now I got them guys in China sweating now. The secret is out. Oh no. Alright. So we'll see you guys tomorrow right here in the shop. And we'll get this other side of